we will see how to get data from inside the driver, and then we will see about a cookie clicker, a game playing mode. So we will be creating a bot which will automatically play the game for us, and it's like it is we can see how the game is played. Like it's like we are mimicking the process, like we are creating some robot kind of stuff using Selenium WebDriver, and it will play for us. So let's go to the topic first. So today it's like the data scraping using Selenium. So generally Selenium provides two types of methods, like find element and find elements methods. So we already see the find element method, and using different locator strategies we find the data. We find the web elements. So from that web elements also we will be having to get the data from that elements. So for example, if you want find all the in a container, if there is multiple products, for example product title, for example any e-commerce website, if you take, there will be in the same container multiple products will be there, right? So if you want get all the product titles within the same container, this kind of find elements is very useful. Like if they if the same thing is happening, like if it is the element having the same class name and but different values, this method, like find element method, is very useful, so that we can scrape the data of all the elements present in there. Now once we have that Selenium object list, so Selenium object, then we actually iterate it to get the the value what we are using, like what we are looking for. So once we get that, we can actually store it in a different formats, like CSV, JSON, and whatever format we like. Uh, but generally, we will be storing in, maximum of the time we will be storing in JSON format. Now let's go. For example, now today we will see about in Python.org. Here, and then when we click on this Python events, so generally this page will open. Now I want all this data, like for example, if you see there are multiple things, right? I want to iterate to all this data, and I want to get all these timestamps, like from when, and so how I can do is, if I just inspect this element of this, now it is saying a time, date, time HTML tag, and in this there are multiple list elements, like in an unordered list there is multiple list elements. So for example, if I open this another list, and there is a paragraph element. Sorry. So in the same paragraph element there is another time date. So I want all this to be iterated, and I want all these dates to be stored in a list. So how we can do is, it's like we need to check the exact container. So if I just go here, it's like So there is no unique thing so where we can actually have this table kind of stuff. So just when I go to this in this div class, it's like we have all the elements packed into a container. Now in the most recent, and it's having a class name. So in this container, if I want to iterate over time tag, so how I will be doing is like the same thing. I will be using find elements. So generally we have already seen this Chrome options yesterday uh, to not to close the Chrome, and then it, like detach. So then we are opening this events Python events. So it's like the same thing whatever events Python events the same thing. So just here again if I just go back, so it's like most recent events is the div class. So in that again there are multiple containers. So we are going the topmost container and then we iterate over that. So how we will be doing is like from CSS selector we will be using dot notation. So we will be giving the class name for the topmost div container, and then in that we want like time. So I want all the this whatever this text display. I just want that to be. So this is the text I want to get into my list. So, so because here we are using find elements, so this events underscore list is a Selenium object where it will find all the elements of this container and this time, like time tag inside this container, and it stores. Now because it's not straightforward, so now we will be getting all the data using the for loop. So it's like just I have created one empty list and then I'm iterating to that the Selenium object list where we get all the data, and then we are appending and we are actually taking the text. So for all the HTML tags, so whatever here the text is displaying, I'm just storing that text. Uh, so just I'm closing the Selenium driver. Now if I just play so now I got all the dates. So it's like 9th March to 10th March, 15th March, 24th Feb. Whatever it is listed here. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry. So it's like here we got all the data. Similarly, if you want to get the other kind of stuff, I meant to say, for example, this hrefs. So here, if I want to get this spike on Pakistan or something like this kind of text, so the same kind of stuff, but here little bit difference is in the hrefs and the anchor tags. We actually need to give the list element as well inside the list element, and then the h like anchor tag. Then it will go through all the list elements, and we will get all that. So, for example, if I just want event name list, underscore a. So I'm giving a list element and then the anchor tag to look inside this CSS selector, like where it is having the div. No, the same kind of stuff. I just want events underscore names. Let's see how it is be how yeah. Now if you see, I got all the PyCon Pakistan, PyCon SK 2024, PyCon Lithuania, all the elements, like all the event names also I have got into list. So just we need to know how we need to write the correct container, and how we need to use the locator strategies. Then it it is very easy uh, to scrap the data from any web. I want to say any type of web page, like even it's Angular, React. Also, we can scrap the data using Selenium. Now, the next thing is like. So we will be creating an Selenium bot where it will play game for us. So this is the uh, yeah, this is the game. So when we click on this, how much fast we click, it will actually. So we can actually buy this with the clicks whatever we have. Like, so for example, yeah. Now when I just click on this up to 100. Now I can actually buy a grandma cookie. So this is the cookie. So now what we are doing, we are actually clicking it manually, like but if you want to click it uh, it's like we are actually very slow, but if we write a board, it will click very fastly. So how we will be doing is like, let's see. So just again, if I just open the developer tools here, I just want to reset it. Okay, reset. Yeah. Now if we see here, the ID is a cookie on more. Click so even this elements like cursor. So if I just want to check all the data on the right panel, this is the div. Inside that div container, there are multiple things are there, like multiple again different containers are there. So now what exactly our thing is? So we want to create a bot using Selenium and Python to click on the cookie as fast as possible. So this is the step main we want to create. And then for every 5 seconds check the right pane. So now it's like we have to check all the right pane, and then which upgrades are affordable and purchase the most expensive one. So now it's like if you see like cursor is costing 15 cookies, grandma is costing 100 cookies. So now we will be need to check how much money cookies you have against. So we are having 103 money. So now we are on not three cookies, but grandma is more expensive, so we will purchasing the grandma thing. So this is the step we want. So now here we have different of hints. So how like mainly we will be using string, split string, strip and string replace. So now after 5 minutes, so we have to print something like this, like cookies or seconds, cookies per second, like something like for we are getting for 1 second, it is like 105 cookies. We the our bot is pressing it. So yeah. So now if I go to the cookie clicker project, so the same thing is like Selenium WebDriver, and this is all this is by default opening kind of stuff. So to get it started, so now when I open this our game website, so now we are getting driver.find element by value cookie. So as we already seen that for this cookie element is having id equal to cookie, so we are finding that id by value cookie. So now in the right pane, yeah, in this if you see the div underscore store, so id equal to store. So in this store, we are actually saying uh, to get all the div elements, and from the div elements we are actually getting id, get attribute for item and items. So it's like id, the cursor id, and then grandma, and the buy factory, buy mine. So we are actually getting all that under this store container. So from that, this is like a Selenium object. So we are iterating on the Selenium object using this attribute like ID attribute. Now it's like for every 5 minutes we need to check, right? So it's like current time plus 5. It's like for every 5 seconds, I want to say. So after 5 minutes, like 60 into 5, it's like 50, after 5 minutes, 60 seconds for 1 minute, so it's like 5 into 60. Now it's like while true, we are actually what we are doing, we are calling, so it's like infinite loop. So until the loop is running, it will take the or the click continues. So for every 5 seconds, so it's like so we are checking the time, uh, current time, and if it is greater than timeout, then it's like we are finding elements, the prices. So it's like again, if we just go here, in this only there is the price. So it's like in the b tag. So in the store we are actually going b tag. So from that b tag we are getting the text. But if it is not equal to the empty, then it is like we are actually what we are doing, we are converting into integer. So we will be replacing this everything, like if you see we get this kind of stuff. So we generally stripping it off. So if it is 1000 like kind of stuff, so we are actually replacing comma with empty string, and then we are appending the cost. So now we are creating a dictionary. So we are creating empty dictionary, and then we are actually storing them in a dictionary kind of stuff. So item IDs and then item prices. Now we will get the many element. So again, if you see the many element, so the ID equal to many. So the same thing by ID and the value is like many, and we are just getting the text. If there is a comma in the many element, so it's like if there is like 1000 something like that, then the comma will automatically appended. So actually we don't want that comma, so we want only plain number. So that's why we are just uh, converting to integer, like by replacing comma. So we are actually checking if it is a most affordable place, like what is the cost of this one and that one, and then we actually do the purchase. So yeah. Mhm. So it's like again, if you see in the left where it is after some time, it's like cookies per second. This will change after like after 5 minutes. This might change. So as of now, we are not playing. So now this is about. So just I want to reset this again. No, so it's all about how we get the data and how we do the this thing like. Okay. So it's like what is the affordable, and then we are clicking on that affordable ID. So this is a little bit confusing, but well, just take time, and if you just uh, sit for some time and understand, and it's easy only. Just it's like we are just creating data by scrapping them, and then just we are creating uh, the conditions. So now if I just run this now. So if you see, it's actually clicking very fast, and it is actually buying the cursor as of now. Now it brought grandma to grandma's. So for every 5 seconds it stops and it's actually checking both how much money we have. So if you see cookies per second, so as of now it is like 7.4. uh, it is changing, so after 5 minutes this will change, so it's like 8.2. So just waiting for it to buy a factory. So every time if you see it's like 437 and then it's like uh, it is buying them and then it is clicking again and it is actually checking. So for every 5 seconds it's checking what is enabled, and because we are buying the costliest one, so whatever the enabled then we are buying that. So depending on the money we have. So we have auto cursors to 23 and then we have 16 grandmas. Okay, there is some issue happened and then actually it got terminated. So because at some point of time it is unable to check anything. There is no affordable for so we should handle this kind of stuff. So yeah, so now it's automatic is done. So you can just I'll be sharing this. You can just try to check and you can have around maybe it's like 2 seconds you can change, and you can instead of 5 minutes maybe 2 minutes how it is working, something like that. And you can implement try catch blocks so that as of now it won't fail. That's it for today. you.